What's the best way to manage my contacts details? Hi, this is Eliot from Workload. In this video, we'll be building a workflow starting with a new contact in HubSpot. Then we'll be taking the details of that contact and adding them to a new spreadsheet row in Google Sheets. All right, let's build a workflow. So we're going to start here at the Workload editor. We're going to give our workflow a title. So this is going to be new contact in HubSpot to Google Sheets. And we're going to click inside of our trigger box and select our trigger app, which is going to be HubSpot. And the event is going to be a new contact. So this workflow will trigger whenever there's a new contact created in HubSpot. And we'll test our trigger. And we have some responses. So the spreadsheet that I'm going to add the details to has the contact's name, email address, street address, phone number, expected revenue, company name, and then the date that the contact was created. So I'm going to use that same spreadsheet, but if I look at my response, this first contact doesn't have the information about the company name or the address and some of the other details that I want to add to my spreadsheet. So I can look at some of the other options that pop up. This option 2, I can see that there's an address. So that'll at least give me more details in order to build my spreadsheet properly. So I'm going to click continue at the bottom, and we're going to use this contact to details. And my action is going to be in Google Sheets. And the event is going to be to create a spreadsheet row. Make sure I'm connected to my Google account. I'll make a link to our blog that has the details about how to log into these different accounts, whether it's Google or HubSpot, and that will be in the description of this video. The spreadsheet that I want to add these details to is my new lead spreadsheet. Now it's going to be sheet 1. So I'm going to add the details one column at a time. I'm going to click on the black Add To button. And the first column is contacts and name. So for the data, I'm going to click inside that box, come down to my drop-down menu, and find the name of this contact. So this has the first name and last name separate, but I can just hit first name, space, last name, and that will take both of those outputs and add them into the same column. I'm going to click Add To. For our second column, we have email address, which is not spelled correctly. And that's here, tt@email.com. Add to. Street address. So this has the whole address in one column. So we can build it by putting the street address, enter, and we find the city, comma, space, state, space, and the zip code. Click Add To. For the phone number, find the phone output, Add To. Expected revenue. So there was this annual revenue, which is part of the response from HubSpot. And even though there's nothing here for this particular person, if I click on that, it will know where to look for future contacts. And if you have that detail filled out, then it will import it into the spreadsheet. add to. We've got the company. And again, the company is not listed, but I can click on that anyways, and it'll tell the workflow where to find the company name. And our last column is date created. Create date. Okay, so I'm going to click continue, and we're going to test this action. It looks like we have a success. We have a couple columns blank, but that's because there weren't the details to import for this particular contact. I'm going to click continue. Now peek over in my spreadsheet, and you can see those details were just filled in. So it looks like our workflow is working properly. We can come back to the workload editor, check and make sure there's a green dot in each of our nodes, and then we can activate our workflow. And now every time there's a new contact created in HubSpot, those details will be added to a spreadsheet row in Google Sheets. That's how you can use Workload to build a workflow that automates adding a spreadsheet row in Google Sheets whenever you create a new contact in HubSpot. Please join the Workload community by commenting on this video with any questions you might have or suggestions for future videos. You should also like this video and click here to subscribe to our channel, or click here to get more content from Workload to help your business practices flow more smoothly. And I'll see you next time.